Hello everyone. Did you know that just one grilled sausage or charred burger might quietly harm your heart, kidneys, or even your memory, especially after 65? According to CDC data, over 60% of older adults already live with a chronic condition, and many don't realize that grilled meats, especially from unclear sources or poor quality cuts, can make those conditions worse. From toxic compounds in blackened crusts to hidden bacteria in spoiled or low-grade meats, the risks are real and rising. In today's video, we'll break down 9 dangerous reasons grilled meat may no longer be safe for seniors and what you can do instead to protect your health. 1. Grilled meat forms dangerous compounds when charred. Have you ever looked at those grill marks and thought, that's flavor? I get it. But here's what most folks over 65 don't know. Those dark, crispy bits on your grilled steak or burger, they're packed with compounds your aging body can't handle anymore. Let me help you understand this clearly. When meat is grilled at high temperatures, it creates harmful chemicals called PAHs and HCAs. The harmful chemicals created when meat is cooked at very high temperatures. These are linked to cancer, heart disease, and cognitive decline. For seniors with slower metabolism and weakened immunity, these compounds linger longer in your system, triggering inflammation, damaging cells, and stressing your liver, kidneys, and brain. The risks are serious. One study from the NIH found that diets high in grilled and processed meat were linked to over 8% of all cardiometabolic deaths, especially in older adults. And for those already managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart problems, that charred meat can silently push your condition into dangerous territory. But here's the truth. Grilling meat doesn't just change the flavor, it changes the chemistry. And your body, after 65, doesn't clear those toxins like it used to. But don't worry, no one's saying give up meat entirely. Instead, try steaming, poaching, or slow baking your meat. And if you still want to grill, marinate first and never let the surface blacken. It's a simple switch that can spare your organs from years of hidden damage. Comment 1 below if this surprised you, or if you've always thought grill marks were harmless, or comment 0 if you already knew. 2. Spoiled or old meat disguised by the grill. Have you ever tossed meat on the grill thinking it'll cook off anything bad? That mindset could be putting you in a hospital bed and fast. Let me explain. Grilling doesn't magically kill everything dangerous. Spoiled meat, especially when it's close to expiration, mishandled, or of poor quality, can carry harmful bacteria like Listeria and E. coli. And once you're over 65, your stomach acid is weaker, your immune response is slower, and your digestion takes longer. That means any bacteria left behind has more time to multiply and more power to hurt you. And here's the kicker. Spoiled meat doesn't always smell bad. It can look fine, taste fine, and still cause nausea, fever, diarrhea, or even sepsis. The CDC reports that adults over 65 are 4 times more likely to get Listeria infections, and over half of those cases require hospitalization. So even if that meat looks just a little off, grilling it doesn't make it safe. In fact, you might be trapping harmful bacteria inside a nicely seared crust. Here's what to do. Always check the expiration date. Refrigerate meat below 40 degrees and never leave it out longer than 2 hours. Better yet, use a meat thermometer. 165 degrees is your golden number. For seniors, precision matters more than ever. If you've ever grilled meat just to use it up, now see, that's not worth the risk, right? 3. Cheap processed meats raise dangerous sodium and fat level. You tell me this. When was the last time you grilled a hot dog, sausage, or deli patty without reading the label first. Most seniors never do. And that's exactly how hidden sodium and unhealthy fats sneak in and take over your health. Here's the truth your doctor probably warned you about. Ultra-processed meats, like bacon, hot dogs, and sausages, are loaded with sodium, saturated fat, and chemical preservatives like nitrates. When grilled, these additives combine with high heat to form toxic byproducts that damage arteries, raise blood pressure, and make your heart work harder than it should. Now imagine this happening in a 70-year-old body where arteries are already stiffening and the heart's recovery is slower. That's why 60% of US seniors live with hypertension, heart disease, or type 2 diabetes, and grilled processed meats only speed up the damage. Even if you feel fine, the effect builds silently. Extra sodium pulls water into your blood vessels, raising pressure and triggering swelling. You might feel more tired lately, or like your ankles are puffy. Those are early signs your circulation is under stress. You don't have to give up grilling entirely. Just swap those factory meats for fresh, lean cuts. Or better yet, try grilled vegetables, fish, or marinated chicken foods that don't come with a chemical cocktail. Comment 3 below to let me know that you're rethinking those sausages on your next barbecue. 4. Unlabeled or imported meats may hide dangerous contaminants. Harold, here's something most folks overlook. When you grab discounted meat from the store or grill something mystery from the freezer, do you really know where it came from? Let me break this down. Meats without clear origin labeling, especially those imported or bought from unregulated vendors, can be contaminated with toxins, heavy metals, bacteria, or drug residues. And for seniors, the danger is far worse because your liver and kidneys aren't filtering toxins as efficiently as they used to. If you have pre-existing conditions like kidney disease, diabetes, or even past cancer treatments, your body's ability to detoxify is already compromised. Eating these unknown meats can silently add to your toxic load, leading to fatigue, confusion, digestive issues, or worse. In rare cases, it can even trigger neurological problems from contaminated proteins, especially in beef. WHO and CDC data warn that poorly regulated meats have been linked to outbreaks of E. coli, listeria, and even prion diseases, conditions that don't show up right away but hit hard in older adults with weakened immunity. So here's what to do. Always check for USDA certification. Only buy from reputable sources with clear labels and proper cold storage. Avoid anything unlabeled, heavily discounted, or coming from outside the regulated food supply. If you've ever bought meat without checking where it was from, let's change that habit now. 5. Seniors with chronic conditions face compound risk. You might think, I've been eating grilled meat my whole life. Why stop now? But here's the hard truth. Once you hit 65, the rules change. Your body's ability to recover, filter toxins, and fight inflammation is no longer what it was at 40. Let me explain why this matters. If you already have heart disease, diabetes, kidney problems, or high blood pressure, your system is constantly working harder just to stay balanced. Add in grilled meat loaded with oxidized fats, sodium, and carcinogens, and it's like adding fuel to a smoldering fire. For example, seniors with hypertension might notice more swelling in their legs or feel unusually dizzy after meals heavy in grilled meats. Those with diabetes could experience sharper blood sugar spikes due to saturated fat impairing insulin sensitivity. And if you've had a stroke or heart surgery, that added inflammation can quietly undo your recovery. Research shows that adults with chronic conditions are twice as likely to be hospitalized from foodborne infections or diet complications. Yet many continue to eat the same way, just out of habit. Here's a better way forward. If you have any chronic illness, cut back on grilled red meat and shift toward poached fish, soft roasted vegetables, or soups rich in protein and fiber. Your body deserves food that heals, not harms. Comment 5 below if you or someone you love is managing a chronic illness and still loves grilling. This might be a sign to rethink those habits. 6. Burnt meat crust increases risk of cognitive decline. Now think about this. If you're over 65 and worried about memory loss or brain fog, that charred steak might be doing more than just hurting your arteries. It could be aging your brain. Let's make it clear. When meat is grilled until blackened or burnt, it forms N-nitroso compounds and advanced glycation end productions, AGEs. Or you can know them for certain substances that form when meat is heavily grilled or burnt. These substances have been shown in studies to trigger inflammation in the brain, disrupt neuron function, and may even accelerate dementia, especially in aging adults whose brain tissue is already more fragile. One 2025 study found a direct connection between high consumption of grilled red meat and faster cognitive decline in older adults, including reduced memory recall and slower processing speed. These toxins can cross the blood-brain barrier, something your body used to block more efficiently when you were younger. Maybe you've noticed it lately, more senior moments, trouble focusing, or forgetting where you put things. It may not just be age, it could be what's on your plate. Don't panic, just pivot. Instead of grilling to a crisp, try light steaming or stir-frying with antioxidant-rich veggies. Add herbs like rosemary or thyme to reduce AGE formation. Every bite counts when it comes to protecting your brain. So let's switch up how you cook. 7. You might not feel it now, but inflammation is building up. Alright, let me ask you this. Do you ever eat grilled meat and feel totally fine after? No heartburn, no stomach issues, nothing? That's the tricky part. Just because your body doesn't scream right away, doesn't mean it isn't quietly struggling. Here's what's really going on. When you eat grilled meat regularly, especially stuff that's heavily cooked or processed, your body starts building up chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't always bad. It's part of your body's defense. But as we age, the problem is, it doesn't turn off as easily. That low-grade inflammation wears down everything, your joints, your heart, even your blood vessels. You might not notice it today, but give it weeks or months, and suddenly your knees ache more. Your energy drops, your digestion slows down, or your blood sugar is harder to control. And if you already have something like arthritis, high blood pressure, or heart disease, that constant burn inside your body, it's quietly feeding the fire. So here's what you can do. Start paying attention to how your body responds, especially the next morning. Swap one grilled meal a week for something gentle, like a hearty soup or steamed salmon with veggies. It's a small shift, but it helps cool that internal flame down. Comment 7 below if you're starting to feel that hidden inflammation creeping in and you're ready to do something about it. 8. Grill smoke isn't just smelly, it's toxic to seniors. Now let me tell you something most folks forget. It's not just the meat that's the problem, it's the smoke too. Yeah, that delicious backyard aroma, that haze floating up from your grill, it's not as harmless as it smells. Here's why. That smoke contains chemicals called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAH. The harmful chemicals created when meat is cooked at very high temperatures, if you still remember this PAH. When you stand over the grill, flipping burgers or ribs, you're breathing those in. And if you're over 65, your lungs are more sensitive. Your immune system's slower. Your body just doesn't clear those toxins the way it used to. And over time, that smoke can irritate your airways, raise your risk for respiratory issues, and even affect your blood vessels and heart. Some research even links long-term smoke exposure, yes, even from food, to higher chances of lung problems and cancer in older adults. You might start to notice shortness of breath, more coughing after dinner, or just feeling winded quicker than you used to. That's not just getting older. Sometimes it's exposure. So if you're grilling, step back, let someone else flip the meat, or even better, move the grill to a spot where you're not standing in the smoke cloud. It sounds simple, but it can make a huge difference for your lungs. You've ever stood over the grill too long, now you know it wasn't just the heat bothering you. 9. Grilled meat could be blocking your nutrient absorption. Now here's something most people don't realize, especially after 65. Grilled meat might actually be stealing nutrients from your body, not giving them. Let me walk you through it. When you grill red or processed meat at high heat, the compounds formed can interfere with how your body absorbs and uses certain vitamins and minerals. We're talking about things like vitamin B6, folate, even magnesium and zinc. And these nutrients are essential for keeping your energy up, your nerves steady, and your muscles strong, especially as you age. What makes it worse is that a lot of seniors already have trouble absorbing nutrients to begin with. Add in grilled meat a few times a week, you're quietly stacking the odds against your own immune system, your muscle health, and even your ability to recover from small illnesses or falls. Think back. Have you noticed more bruises lately? Feeling more tired after meals? Or maybe you're getting sick more often? That could be your body showing early signs of micronutrient depletion. Grilled meat isn't the only factor, but for many seniors, it's the one they overlook. Here's a better move. Start adding more gently cooked meals, soups, stews, or steamed dishes that keep nutrients intact. And if you do eat meat, pair it with leafy greens or colorful veggies to help your body absorb more of what it needs. Comment 9 below if this gave you a new way to think about how your meals might be affecting your strength and recovery. 10. You remember all the 9 reasons? First, burnt edges, toxic stuff. Those grill marks create chemicals that raise cancer and heart risks, especially dangerous for older adults. Second, spoiled meat. Won't warn you. Bad meat can look fine. For seniors, one bite can lead to food poisoning and hospitalization. Third, processed meats overload your heart. Hot dogs and sausages are packed with salt and fat. They quietly push blood pressure and sugar levels too high. Fourth, unknown meat sources equals big risk. No label, no trust. Imported or unregulated meat can carry toxins your aging body can't handle. Fifth, got health issues? It's worse. Heart disease, diabetes, kidney problems, and grilled meat makes them harder to manage, even if you don't feel it yet. Sixth, charred meat fogs your memory. Burnt meat forms compounds linked to memory loss and dementia, not worth the bite. Seventh, inflammation builds silently. Even without symptoms, grilled meat stirs up chronic inflammation, hurting joints, blood vessels, and healing. Eighth, grill smoke harms your lung. Breathing in that smoke? It irritates aging lungs and increases long-term respiratory risk. Ninth, blocks nutrients you need. Grilled meat can interfere with vitamin absorption, leaving you tired, foggy, and weaker over time. Alright, so what can you do instead? You don't have to quit meat altogether. Just try baking, steaming, or slow cooking instead of grilling. These methods keep nutrients intact and cut out the dangerous stuff. Swap out processed meats like hot dogs and bacon for leaner options like grilled salmon, skinless chicken, or even plant-based choices like lentils or beans. Add in fresh veggies, whole grains, and good fats like olive oil. These help fight inflammation and support your heart and brain. And if you still love the grill, marinate your meat first. Trim off the blackened bits. And don't stand over the smoke. Small changes, big differences. Your age doesn't make you weak, your habits do. But the good news is, it's never too late to change. Just by switching how you cook your meat, watching where it comes from, and avoiding those over-processed cuts, you can protect your heart, your brain, and your independence. So today, pick one thing to change. Skip the sausage. Bake instead of grill. Read that label. And hey, leave a comment below with the number of the habit you're most ready to let go of. Let's learn from each other. If this video helped you, be sure to hit like, subscribe to HEALZO, and share it with someone over 65 who still loves barbecue a little too much. We've got more coming. Stay healthy, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.